Okay, good morning, everyone. So CPI numbers just came out. Pretty much, if you look at it from this point of view, it pretty much, we're seeing Nasdaq futures up. It's still in range. We're still pretty much trading around the same numbers as we were last week, and I've noticed that the premiums on the calls are losing here. So if you look over here, these call premiums were. Let me get this on. These call premiums were higher because pretty much you can see that the new prices are less than their high of day, right? So pretty much I think we made the right call and not do anything here, because these futures can pretty much go lower here. Okay, so definitely not really impressed with the outcome, and I think we did a good thing here, depending on whatever price you paid. But so far, a lot of these premiums are underneath their high of the day here. Okay, for the upside here. So pretty much the same ranges are going to be applying today here. Okay, so it's important to note that, because now that we know the exact ranges, SPX should be easier to trade. Pretty much, if you guys recall, the numbers that we were trading yesterday. So the market closed exactly at a level 3 bearish, which is basically the estimated furthest out range that the market can go based on that particular day. And we have a level 3 bullish too back on the upside, but this here landed exactly there, and I gave the numbers yesterday. Okay, so the numbers today are going to be a little bit different, and I should be able to give that to you guys soon. And you can even see right now that SPX futures got rejected off 4,500. So this is not a real buying opportunity, even though we got what we expected here. Okay, so uh, the year over year is slightly less, but the month over month came in as per expectations. And pretty much when you look at the yields right now, bond yields are holding for now. The yields are slightly moving a little bit higher, and the bonds are moving along with it. Okay, so we're still stuck in this 44.70, 44.50 range here, where SPX is has a very hard time getting above 45.25, and when it does, it usually breaks down here. Okay, so good call on our end, and you can pretty much see that all these premiums are decaying in value as time goes along here. Okay, so pretty much good observation on my end here. Okay, and yesterday the reason why I didn't swing the puts or the calls that I had is pretty much I saw the weekly range. I explained it in the chat room. We use this to give us guidance on, is it a swinging opportunity or not. Last CPI report last month, I had calls and I actually put $20,000 in those swing calls for CPI, because the call premiums on the weeklies, they jumped up in value. Okay, when they jump out in value, then I know, and of course they didn't happen this time here. And pretty much these two premiums that we've established, they fell within line and fell within range here. So pretty much we made the right call, and the model was right here again. And pretty much, if you bought the 45.50 calls, yesterday they were going for like, $4 or $5 into today, and now they're pretty much worthless here. Okay, so anything that anyone bought yesterday, pretty much is going to be shit. So anything, if you bought over $5, you're pretty much lost here, because they're killing the IV on these premiums here. Okay, so now that we know that, we made the right call, and pretty much what's next? Okay, so next week I believe is the FOMC meeting minutes. Yeah, so next week is the FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. Just a FYI for anyone that wants to swing stuff next week. We have the core PPI happening tomorrow. So very important, and the consumer sentiment. Okay, so PPI is known not to really have much implications on the market here, but it can definitely impact industrials like Tesla and any manufacturing company pretty much. So important to keep an eye on that. Okay, so the Nasdaq is moving higher here. There was some news on Nvidia that a lot of their chips are pretty much sold out, but the stock is starting to look very weak here, and we may see Nvidia break below 420, very possible. Okay, so amazing plays we got off Nvidia yesterday. We had the 430 puts. They went to 10 plus from $2-3 where we bought them, and they continue to go. We had the 420 and we rolled, so we made a lot of money off that yesterday. Snow here, I believe Snow is pretty much stuck in no man's land for now. Based on my longevity chart here, looking at Snow pretty much in this no man's land range. Okay, so if it does get below 152, that's when it starts to get bearish. But otherwise, between 158 and 152, it's pretty much is known to stall around these ranges here. Okay, for Nvidia here, very possible it's gonna go to 400 sometime in the near future. I mentioned this a while ago, but I said that if Nvidia goes under 445, most likely he's gonna go back to 406, 400 zone there. SMCI continues to drop here. The stock is going to be trending towards 230 around here, so keep an eye on that. May make sense to even add a week on the puts if necessary. Okay, Tesla here still also in no man's land, quick trade range. Based on these ranges, I wouldn't even want to trade Tesla at all, so I've been pretty much avoiding that. Netflix is stuck on this bullish breakout. This here looks like a shorting opportunity is going to come on Netflix. I'm going to give it maybe a couple more days here, but and see if there's any catalyst that can really take the stock down. But pretty much, if it doesn't hold this 430 here, it's in trouble. Okay, so keep an eye on Netflix under 430. There's a little bit of a wedge here, but under 420 that's when the bearish breakdown can really happen on the stock here. Okay, because we're seeing SPX, pretty much declare a top formation at 4,600, and now a lot of the stocks are starting to see some selling pressure as we go along here. Okay, LRCX, so this is doing somewhat better pre-market right now, but if the market does really see weakness, we can start to see this drop in value as well. And pretty much you can see SPX futures just dropped here. We're back at 44.84, pretty much where the market started off. They're starting to sell the news again, and good call once again here. Okay, so I'm going to be producing the numbers here. There's not much news, not much plays I see right now, but we're still pretty much trading within the range here. Watch to see if we break yesterday's low a day, which is 44.67. Level 3 bearish here. The low of the day was actually 44.61. This is sometimes may happen when there's a fast drop, but otherwise the model numbers pretty much perfected this, and we closed exactly where we had expected to be, which is at 44.67. So I think the market may drop here again, okay, because we're seeing weakness in the overall situation, and it does look like we may see some weakness. Usually when the CPI report moves like this, it's very common that the market will start to move more towards the downside, okay? So keep an eye on those SPX put plays I give tonight. I'm just going to be working on the model in the next couple of minutes. I did 80% of the work, so it won't take too long, and I'll get right to it. But pretty much that's the update. No further things that we're looking at this time. So thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the chat, and let's get that money.